Okay, so good morning. I'm going to explain this morning. We will start with housekeeping. Paola is coming. Okay. So good morning, Paola, Tabne. Nice to see you this morning. It's a little bit cold in Linares. Thanks for coming, girls. So we are in week 7. Incredible. Incredible that time has flown. And please remember, we need tasks, forums, wikis, your participation in these activities online that I'm going to continue checking. I have checked up to task 3. I need to check task 4 and 5. I am not sure whether you have finished. We are finishing now task 5B. That's the last task. Anyway, before we finish today, I'm going to write down a list of all the tasks we have been working with. So last Friday was task 5B, the task that I shared, and we are going to continue working on those exercises. As you know, we have an upcoming evaluation, but every week I remind you of the evaluations that we need to prepare for. So first of all, we have this participation in online activities. Remember, I am checking your participation in these tasks. I'm going to send you messages with this communication. But for the time being, please check you have done tasks 1, 2, 3. You have completed the outline for your oral exposition that is finished, so that's okay. However, there are still maybe other tasks that have been left incomplete. Remember, please, that every week, those are in materials in the folder, the file called materials to complete task. So there you can find the tasks. The tasks this week have been dedicated to listening mainly, but there is also a task on, well, there is writing, always writing, and there is the task that last Friday also includes reading. So remember, we are practicing all of the skills for the test. The midterm test is next week. Therefore, we really don't have time to waste. We need to be working very, very hard on that to continue practicing the skills, but also practicing and preparing the oral section of the test. That's why I really need you online and practicing together. There will be a section to be shared with a classmate. Therefore, I need you all connected to practice in this section of the test. The test will take place in 2 days mainly. So today we are still in Unit 2. It's week 7, practicing listening, speaking, and reading. Next Monday is a holiday, so well, we don't have to wake up so early, that's good. However, that's the midterm test week. Yes, so we don't meet on Monday, but we will meet on Wednesday. On Wednesday, you will start the reading, listening, and writing section of the test. Online, it will be a quiz on Educandos with some time to accomplish it. So I need you connected on Wednesday, some hours on Wednesday. We will calculate, yes, because we have only 1 hour on Wednesday, but I will take hours in the afternoon. So I will give you flexibility to finish that section. And on Friday, we will meet early morning to prepare the speaking tests, the speaking sections of the test. So in those 2 days, we will be able to finish the whole midterm. Do you have any questions in regards to this test that we're preparing?
No.
No? Okay. Paola, no. Okay, so we will check also the task we were doing on Friday. I hope the girls can connect. So before the girls come, I would like to share with you another task that is the extra practice test taking task. I also explained this on Friday, but now I will really recommend you to do it today, this afternoon, maximum tomorrow. This is a task, this is a test online that can be done for free. Plus, the website offers you a certificate that provides your level of proficiency. I will show you the website. This is an important task. There will be a task created on Educandus so that you can upload your results there. This trial is important for you to follow your own progress in the language with the test taking, but also some contents, since you need to remember you are preparing for this test by the end of the semester. So it is important to do it. Hopefully we will have time in class, but since I need to practice the oral sections of the test, we might not have time. I will show you the website. The website I need to share. This is the standard level test plus certificate. So here it says it's for free. You log in, you have the link. And then you can, you register, yes, and then you download your certificate. So that is what you need to upload as a proof you have done it. It's an exercise. It's an exercise for you to practice, have a follow-up on how you're doing with the test, with your level of, your proficiency level, how you're progressing with the language in preparation to that test to be taken by the end of the semester. Okay, any question? Plain the sections of the oral test for the midterm. Phoebe is here, wonderful. Okay, so what can you see here in this? So we will do this exercise. So here you see different images related to different strategies. Remember, Professor Carey spoke about different strategies, technological strategies that can be used in education. So the second section of your oral exam will be on a short preparation of a short report. Sorry, it's a short report that you will prepare with a classmate on a strategy, on one of the strategies with which we have been working during this week. So you will receive so you have several pictures, you choose one and you prepare that with a classmate and you deliver that orally on Friday morning. That will be the day for the oral section of the test. Okay, so what can you see here now? Can you see? What can you see in this picture? So you have different pictures about different strategies, applications that are used in education nowadays, according to Professor Carey. What do teachers use today? For example, here, ESL, games, fun. What are these? What do you remember? Professor Carey says that teachers use games.
Games to engage the students.
Yes, excellent, excellent. To engage students, to practice for tests, to make, yes, to make more the class more interactive. Also, there is a way to do something interactive by using an interactive class by using, what is this logo here? In yellow. And you use it as well when you prepare your presentations.
Google Slides.
Yes, Google Slides. Yes, so he says something about Google Slides being also interactive. Yes, exactly. So interaction and engagement, motivation. Yes. Then he speaks about digital learning platforms. What are they? Digital learning platforms. What are they for? Why do we use platforms in education nowadays? What do you remember? We use Educandos, it's a platform, a Moodle platform. But you have more others, but Moodle is a platform. Why do you use digital learning platforms for? What can you do there on Educandos, for example?
The teachers can post
Post information, excellent. What else? Upload. What do we upload? Resources, excellent. Resources, tasks. So the tasks are there, yeah? So you all have, nobody has the situation of, I mean, nobody has the opportunity to say, no, I lost my task. I didn't copy from the board, yeah? So everything is uploaded there. You can find it anytime, any moment until the end of the semester. Then he speaks about New Zealand and other websites that offer different upgraded materials for students at different levels of proficiency. Yeah. So there are platforms to teach children mathematics. There are also platforms with materials for teaching English. Remember the British Council, a website that we're always using, yes, and checking when we do our other modules, yes, the modules on facilitating and creating an environment, remember. So they have also materials adapted for students at different levels of proficiency in English or in other subjects. The examples he gives us is in mathematics, for example. And then we have the event of the flipped classroom. He mentions that by the end, the flipped classroom represents a change in what is the normal organization of a class, yes, in which teachers only explain and students take notes. But there is another organization. You come to class, not to, we could see this bigger, not only you don't come to class to listen to the teacher, but you come to class to use information you have researched to do some kind of project. Yes, that's the idea of the flipped classroom. So here you have it, yes? So before, you just listen to the teacher, you see, and you take notes. But after, yes, you check for yourself, you check for information, you do that. In facilitating, you have been doing that. And then you come to class to work, to apply whatever you have found. In doing some project, we saw in facilitating, for example, the project-based, the problem-based methodologies. So they are used in that. So Professor Curry talks about this, and we will listen to that section again so that you can feel confident again that you did this. You have done it for your test, for your task. However, we are going to revise that section again so that you can prepare the speaking, yes? So that you can prepare the speaking section. So how much do you remember about technology applied to education? So we have these 4 first minutes of Dr. Curry's exposition. And what will we do? So we have 2 pairs of people working together. We will listen to Professor Curry, take notes, please, again. This task is task 5. So these questions are in task 5. This exercise with this section of the video. You will annotate, choose a strategy, annotate as much as possible. Yes, well, now we choose, this is in case you have already done it, but we are going to do it again. So we choose one, take notes, and then each pair will report as much as possible of that strategy. So this is as a practice for the speaking test. Okay, so you need to have a complete list as complete as possible. So you are the winners. Okay. Do you agree that we do this? We share again this listening. We did it last Monday and we did it also on Wednesday. It doesn't matter, we can do it again just as a practice. For you to practice what you're going to do. Yes, and you work with a classmate to try to put together the description for this strategy as complete as possible. Okay? Yeah.
La otra parte era la...
So the second part is, no, this is the second part. The second part will be speaking about a specific topic using the required information and vocabulary with a classmate. The first part is about personal information. So in the midterm exam, we will have a section of speaking test in which you have participant A and participant B, so it will be in pairs. Of course, we are uneven numbers, so we will have a group of 3. We know already that, and there will be it will be a conversation about personal topics. Yes, for example, where do you live? Where do you come from? The person answers, then where do you live? Do you live in a house or an apartment? Can another person ask? Do you enjoy studying English? Or do you work, or are you a student? What do you do? What do you study? You ask, one of you asks, the other person answers. Do you think English will be useful for your future? Since we are learning English. Tells us about the school. So that's another question. So if a person answers, I am a student, tells us about your school. Okay. How many hours a week do you study? So the conversation continues according to what each person answers. Do you have a job? And if you have a job, you can also tell about the job, as you can see here. Yes. Do you study English? Yes. And then you can ask more about English. How many subjects do you study? Do you like it? And then other questions about family, activities over the weekend, friends, and what did you do yesterday or last weekend. Sorry. So as you see, everything here, this conversation that you will also prepare with your classmate is on personal topics, about what you do every day, your routines, and also something of what you did yesterday or the week before. So it's really very easy. The tenses, the verb tenses that you already know about. So you will have time to prepare this. Yes. So every time you have a task to accomplish with your classmate, you will have time to prepare. Okay. Any question about this section of the speaking?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. So this is what I wanted us to practice today. Moreover, the second part of the listening by Professor Curry, so that you prepare a short practice, a short report for Wednesday. Yes. So I will write anyway an email today explaining everyone that you will need to prepare that for Wednesday. So we already have you practicing this Wednesday and this Friday. Remember, we don't have classes next Monday. And Wednesday will be dedicated to the other sections of the test. So we really don't have flexibility of time. I'm afraid, tough moment of the semester. I know you're tired. We are all tired. We are getting here with the last of our strength, but this is our responsibility. And we have this task to accomplish. Yes. So if you need anything, other explanations, we can do the first practice then. All right, we are ready.
Trail. Today's world demands an entirely different approach to technology integration. My name is Harry, and this is my YouTube channel for the New Ed Tech Classroom.
Okay, can you listen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
In this video, I'll be taking a look at 14 different strategies for how to take a holistic approach to technology integration. To be clear, it's not that I believe that technology can fix all of the issues that we have in our education system today, but I do believe it can help us with engagement, connecting with families, helping students find their voice, preparing students better for the future, helping to inspire students to discover new talents and interests and potentially careers that they would want. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about all the different reasons why I think that technology is important in education, make sure to check out my other video series that covers that topic. If you find my video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my weekly videos. And if you have any questions or comments about the strategies that I suggest in this video, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. The first strategy for how to take a holistic approach to education technology is to use digital classrooms. Digital classroom platforms like Google Classroom and Schoology help teachers organize materials, resources, and assignments. They serve as a central hub where students can go to access all the other EdTech software that you're using in class. But more importantly, digital classrooms help make material in the class more accessible. Gone forever are the days that a student says that they can't do work because they lost an assignment. If you post it to Google Classroom, it's there for everybody to see. You can post more than just assignments. You can also post your Google Slides lesson plans so students can go back and re-look at the lessons that you taught. You can also have students discuss topics in your digital classroom. And with a digital classroom, parents also have access to everything that you're doing in class. The second way is to use technology to create student-centered, differentiated learning experiences. Meeting the learning needs of all students in a single classroom is one of the greatest challenges an educator today faces. Technology helps teachers personalize instruction and deliver materials right at their instructional level. Personalized math instruction programs like ST Math and MobyMax help remediate math skills for students if they need those skills to access the curriculum. Reading programs like Newsela allow all students to access the same content at their just right reading level. And personalized instruction platforms like Khan Academy and Freckle offer a range of differentiation and personalized learning across subjects and grade levels. In addition to providing materials at different skill levels, technology also helps teachers teach to different modalities, whether visual, auditory, or experiential. The third strategy for how to use education technology is to use it to increase engagement. Engaging students is really hard. And unfortunately, in today's public schools, we're facing a crisis of engagement. All the data shows that if students are not engaged, they aren't learning. Although using technology doesn't guarantee that students are going to be more engaged, it does still take a highly skilled teacher to do that. Still, rather than lecturing, introducing new material with a vocabulary rap video and interactive Google slides that you're making with Pear Deck, and then having students prepare for tests by playing a Kahoot game or a Jeopardy board that you make on Google Slides is almost inherently going to be more engaging for students. The fourth strategy is to use technology to ditch textbooks and flip classrooms. The idea of ditching textbooks comes from Matt Miller's book, Ditch That Textbook. And one of the key ideas that he talks about is the fact that in our digitized world, educators are no longer the holders of information. Instead of being the gatekeepers of information, we should be guiding students through the digital world to help them develop strategies to find what is most interesting, relevant, and useful. Teachers who embrace their role as guide through the digital world can start flipping their classes, where their job is actually to curate sources, create video tutorials that students are then learning about on their own outside of class, the way that they would in the real world, so that when they come into class, they can be engaged in more rigorous, collaborative, project-based learning activities instead of just sitting and listening to a lecture and taking notes. The fifth strategy for how to...
Okay. So we finish here the fourth strategy. Okay, and now it's your, okay, everyone, welcome the newcomers. Now that you are here, we are going to divide in groups. And your task will be to write down as much as you can remember about the strategies. Yes. And, okay, I come back to the slide again. Choose one of the strategies, write as much as you can in pairs, yes. Annotate as much as possible of that strategy. Remember, also on Friday, we talked about remembering what is what is that strategy about, what is that good for, yes, the positive things, some disadvantages, if there are some disadvantages, something negative, and the pair, and then you report, yes, you report your list, and the pair whose list is the most complete is the winner, yes. Okay, let us see if we are all in pairs or if we need to work in threes, in a group of three. Okay, do you need any other explanation? We are here again. So who would like to report on your list of characteristics of a strategy? Krishna, would you like to show?
Oh, okay.
Or talk about?
I am going to tell you short.
The strategy, which strategy were you working with?
Use digital classroom.
Okay, the digital classrooms, excellent.
We take notes about it. Yes.
Okay. Digital classrooms are easy to access.
The teachers store information on websites, organize information, advantage for students, variety of information on a need page. And
Okay.
also,
Excellent.
when the teachers use digital classrooms, basically helps make material in the classroom more accessible. For
Accessible.
example,
More accessible.
the teachers compose assignments, tasks, PPT, resources, website, and everything that can improve and complement the knowledge of their students.
Their students. Excellent. And we have example of educandos. So at educandos, we can upload videos. Yes, as you say, websites, materials of different kinds. The tasks are there. So nothing is lost. And accessibility. Yes, you can access 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're absolutely free to work on that platform whenever you can. And it's a great invention just to keep everything organized. Yes, as Krishna is saying, information organized, accessible, and practical for all students during the semester. So that's great. That's a great description. So that's an example on how you're going to work also for your oral test. Just putting information together with a classmate, so you're not working alone. And reporting, yes, or reporting on that using the vocabulary required and the expressions and the syntax, the grammar you already know. Excellent, Krishna. Well done. This group is a strong group, let me tell you. Okay, the other group is by Phoebe and Giselle. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Phoebe, for your support.
We didn't find a big list of games, actually. Did you just know?
From your knowledge.
Mentioned.
From your knowledge. So you recall your knowledge, you remember what you know. Yes, sí, estamos recordando lo que sabemos. So what can you report?
I saw it was the guy mentioned in the video. And in the video, the man mentioned we can use Kahoot for engaging students, and something called PT Math that is an app, is a website where you can adapt the activity to the topic of math you want to teach.
Okay. A website to help you adapt your topic. He mentions Flowcabulary. Flowcabulary is a website that helps you that contains like musical videos to present vocabulary, like rap videos. That's Flowcabulary. Google Slides, which can be made interactive. He mentions another game, Jeopardy. That's another game in which you have different points, amounts of points according to the question you answer. That's Jeopardy. Okay, and why else are these games useful to engage students? Why can we use the games? For which other reason can we use the games?
Improve the skills of the teacher and students.
Yes, improve skills, engage students, practice vocabulary, practice structures, exercises. Okay, so that is the example for you to have an idea. Yes, so you will have time, yes, either to listen, to prepare, to take notes, to write your lists, and to work with a classmate in preparing these reports. Krishna increases motivation. Yes, exactly. exactly. Okay, Krishna. Yes, it increases the motivation. Yes, excellent. Motivation, as we said, participation, also revision. Yes, to change the pace of the class. Excellent, girls. So this is the example of the second activity of your speaking test next Friday, the 15th of October. Okay, now going back to our presentation, for you to have this in mind, we will revise the first part of your speaking test so that you have also time to opportunity to practice. So much more to do, but this is today's class. Now the impact of advances in technology. Yes, so you defend your position in a sense that you in your reports, yes, you will be reporting on these advances in technology. Remember, always taking a position of a description, also the benefits and the disadvantages. If you think or if you listen to, if you find that there is some disadvantage. And remember, there is a question there when we do the listening exercise, that another question that I will ask you is, how can you use that with students in your area? Yeah, so that you keep thinking, and that will be part of your preparation in groups. Now, the first exercise is on a short dialogue that you will ask, that you will organize with your classmates, asking these everyday life questions, personal questions, and you will ask and answer each other and these questions. So I will share with you questions for student A, but this is not necessarily so clear cut. You can use all of the questions you need to ask your classmates. So classmate A asks classmate B, and according to what he answers, yes, B answers, you ask another question, and then B asks A. So it's a conversation, yes, in which you talk about your lives, your activities, your routines. What do you do? If you study, if you work, if you are studying English, your opinion about English, about your school, about family, yes, about hobby, free time activities, friends, and something about the past. So there, in the chat, you have all of the questions. Can you see them? Can you see the questions in the chat? Yes, okay, thank you, Phoebe. So just as an example, yes, just as an example, impromptu. Remember, you will have time to prepare. Yes, so this is the positive thing about this exam, that's why we also need to practice. Okay, so now just impromptu with a person who wants to answer, just to make an example. Hello, good morning. My name is Miss Paula. What is your name? Just anyone answering? On the other side?
Me?
Yes?
My name is Catalina.
Catalina. Okay, nice to meet you, Catalina. Where do you live?
I live in Linares, in Maule region, specifically.
In Linares, in?
Maule region.
In the Maule region. Excellent. Now, Catalina, you ask, do you live in a house or an apartment? Just to finish.
I live in a house.
Excellent. Now, Catalina asks me.
Miss Paula, where do you live?
I live in Linares, in the northern area of Linares.
Do you live in a house or an apartment?
Yes, I do live in a house.
And do you enjoy studying? No, teaching English?
Yes, it's a great profession. It gives you lots of satisfactions, but also it's very demanding. Yes, and you need to pay attention to details and to people, to different kinds of people. And now let me ask you, Catalina, what do you do? What do you do?
What do you do?
Like very general, yes, as profession or activities,
I
very
am
general.
a student of elementary school teaching.
Oh, you're a student. Yes, excellent. And what do you study? Elementary school teaching. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Tell me about your school.
My school, not my university.
Well, school is the college of education. And
Okay.
university, yes.
My school is called Pedagogy School.
Mm-hmm.
And
The school.
there are three careers of English mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
High school. No. ¿Cómo se diría?
Elementary school program.
No, en media.
English teaching career. It's an
English teaching career, elementary school teaching, and kindergarten.
That's early childhood
Early childhood teaching.
program.
And all mentioned in English.
And they all have a strong program in English. Excellent. And do you enjoy studying English?
Yes, I enjoy it, but it is a little bit difficult to prepare to the B2 level.
Yes, it's demanding. It's demanding to prepare. Yes, we know, but everything is possible with a little bit every day. Okay, now your question. One more.
Teacher,
Up here. Here.
What do you enjoy doing at the weekends?
Oh, I love walking around Linares. I think it's a very quiet place to walk and go to
What
places.
is your favorite place to walk?
Oh, I walk everywhere. I walk here near where I live. It's a nice neighborhood. Then I walk in Alameda. You have also a nice place to walk. I sometimes walk to Líder supermarket and also around the downtown Linares. Yes, I go around and around. So I know many places in Linares just thanks to the fact that I walk around. So it's a great place to walk. I love it. And where do you meet your friends, Catalina?
Where do you meet your friends? Now I don't have many friends that the 1 year ago, for example. My friendship are very, very small. And I meet, how can I say meet in past? Met?
I used to meet, we used to meet like in the past habit.
I used to meet friends in my school, in my high school, the Providencia High School, and in other places like Salesianos High School, because I was doing my
student.
No, estuve haciendo algo como pastoral.
Yes, you were working in religious areas.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So now you have a good example. Now you will meet with a friend to just ask 3 questions. 3 questions to your friend. Similar to this, maybe not so long, just 3 questions as an example. Yes, as an example, so that everyone knows what you are asking and you know the vocabulary, since this is very basic everyday life vocabulary, and you know the verb tenses. Yes, the present tense and the past, simple past. Yes, what did you do yesterday? What did you do the last weekend? Okay, so we will divide in pairs. Again, by the end of this week, we will organize the groups, the pairs working together next week as well. And then we will do the second listening.
Teacher.
So please stay tuned. Yes, question?
Lo que pasa es que igual en el curso somos impar.
Impar. Ah, yes. One group will be three. A group of three. Do not
Okay.
worry about that. Okay, so we will divide now to be present in the video, but just a very short example of your dialogue as practice, as pre-practice for the test. Okay, who would like to perform the dialogue? Come on, very short dialogue. Should be really short. Paola?
Okay.
Okay. Just an example. Not for evaluation.
Hi, Krishna. Where do you live?
Hi, Paola. I live in Linares, in Maule region. And you? Where do you live?
I live in Parral, in Maule region.
Mhm.
Do you work or are you a student in Linares?
I am studying in Linares in the University of Talca. And you? Do you work or are you a student in Linares? What do you do?
Mhm.
I'm a student in Linares, in the University of Talca.
Okay, wonderful.
What do you do study?
What is? Mhm.
I am studying
Let's go.
elementary school with mention in English.
Mm.
Oh,
And you?
Mhm.
What do you study?
Mhm. What do you study? Mhm.
I study basic general pedagogy with mention in English.
Mm. Okay, wonderful, girls. So remember, yes, the verb to live is a short E, live. Where do you live? I live in Linares. Yes, and remember with the I am studying or I am a student. Yes, in both occasions I use the am. If not, I say I study only. I study the elementary school program with English mention or minor. Okay, excellent, girls. So remember those. I am a student or I am studying. If not, I study. I study as a present simple because that's my routine, my everyday life activity. Okay, any other example? Thank you, girls. That was great. Phoebe, do you have an example or any other? Romina, would you like to practice? Just to finish, one more example, and we keep on going with our listening. All right. Don't you feel like practicing? Well, okay. Remember, we will have time to prepare that day, but you need to be ready. You have time to write and practice a little bit. Okay, now going further with our preparation, remember this, this section of the semester we have been dedicating to listening. Listening is a specific skill. It needs attention, lots of connections that we do, yes, in our brains in order to be able to understand and be able to, yes, first of all, understand the message and then reproduce in case we need to reproduce or answer questions or do exercises. So the second part of the list of the video, how to use education technology by Professor Carey, will be listened now with your task being, yes, taking notes about the 4 strategies that are coming. Strategy 5, 6, 7, and 8. I don't have the names the topics is going to refer to, just to leave you that to you. for you to pay attention. This exercise is part of task 5B. Yes, 5B. This task was introduced last Friday. Please bear in mind you have a reading exercise. Remember, you're also preparing in reading. And this listening exercise. So we will do this. So everyone has this on Educandos. I will share the task with you so you take advantage and complete this section of your task. This is the last task. We won't have any more tasks. From now on, it's just practicing, doing exercises, but just to complete tasks with this task number 5B. So we will, you will be able to complete now taking notes. Then after reading, yes, your activity is to, again, take notes, yes. And then prepare the report 1-2 minutes of one of the strategies by paying attention to one of the strategies and paying attention to the questions. So each time you listen, you take notes, but you focus on the questions. So what is the strategy you would like to report? As we said before, we were choosing, yes, the digital platforms or the games. What is the main characteristics of this strategy? Which are the benefits and the disadvantages? ¿Sí? La ventaja y desventaja, beneficios y desventajas. This is the meaning of these words. And then you will have one more challenging question. And that is, how would you use this strategy in elementary school, in an elementary school in this area where you will be doing your practicum next year, yes, next semester. So think that you're preparing yourselves to go to the classroom, whether it is virtual or face-to-face, and you're preparing yourselves to be able to apply these strategies. So this brief report will be presented next class, yes? So we will take notes today. Today we will listen, take notes. We will check together. But your formal presentation will be on Wednesday and Friday. So 4 people will be presenting on Wednesday and 4 other people will be presenting on Friday, just for you to keep practicing. Yes, this is with the objective of give you time to practice. Remember that oral expositions, this is not an exposition, it's only a brief report, but you need time to dedicate to this. So we will progress by listening, taking notes. Then you will practice and we will be presenting, yes, on Wednesday. Who would like to present on Wednesday? Your short report on
I think me, because como no presenté
Okay.
hoy día y llegué
No,
tarde.
we didn't present today. We are just doing the exercise.
Ah, pero es que como las chiquillas hicieron como un resumen. Y esa
From
tarea está pendiente.
the previous one, from the previous, yes, okay. No, don't you worry. Catalina, who else would like to present on Wednesday? So we do the listening today and the summary. Yes,
But
and
Wednesday,
at 12.
I need to speak about one strategy.
One strategy of the ones we listen today. Sí, vamos a escuchar ahora. Yes. At 12. Remember, classes between 12 and 1 o'clock. Catalina, okay. Phoebe. Come on. Volunteer, if not.
Bueno.
Or we do a lottery. Phoebe. Okay. Javiera, I have to write to her to warn her. I need her to connect on Friday. Daphne. She had problems with her connection. Daphne. Okay.
El día viernes igual deben hacer lo mismo, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Hablar acerca de una estrategia.
Hablar de estrategia, exacto.
¿Ser elegida por
Giselle,
usted? or no?
Yes. Giselle, no, you would choose. You choose.
Okay.
You choose your strategy. Giselle, do you want to present on Wednesday or Friday? What's more comfortable for you? Romina? Just Krishna, let me know by means of the chat, girls. So we organize this. And we start with the listening. Okay, Catalina, yes, your question?
Sí, ya. A ver, para ordenarme un poquito. Se supone de que el día viernes, o sea, disculpe, el día miércoles y viernes vamos a poder presentar como un resumen o hablar de la estrategia, ¿cierto?
One
Ya, que
strategy.
nosotros seleccionemos y es de forma
Yes.
individual.
Yes, individual. So
Ya.
everyone has a practice moment. Yes.
Entonces, ¿y qué parte es que yo escuché antes que algo era en parejas?
Ah, eso va a ser para el test, el viernes 15.
El viernes 15 se realiza en parejas el
Es
test.
para, yes, everything. Sí,
Y
las
es el que va a
preguntas,
ser
las
manual.
respuestas. Sí, las preguntas, las respuestas y este reporte sobre la tecnología en la educación. Now that will be
Entonces,
in pairs
y estos
on
reportes que
Friday.
se están haciendo, o sea, los reportes orales
Practice.
que estamos haciendo ahora son solamente prácticos.
Practice, yes.
Ya.
But
Y
I
el-
need everyone to practice. So I need to create a moment to practice individually. Yes. Yes.
Teacher, so the midterm
Phoebe.
is the next Friday.
Yeah, Friday
okay.
the 15th. We already explained. So that's already explained also at the beginning of the video. Yes, you will see it again. Okay, Romina doesn't have any problems. So Romina on Wednesday and Krishna. Is that okay with you? Krishna?
Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
Oh,
On
okay.
Friday, Daphne, Javiera, Vanessa. Yes. Paola.
Yes.
Yes, Paola and Phoebe. Do I have you? Yes. Control is missing. Daphne, Giselle. Giselle. Yeah. I thought I had written your name, Giselle. Sorry. I thought. Okay, so this is the organization. Yes, you will be practicing. This is your personal moment for practice, but the test on Friday the 15th will be in pairs. Yes, I had already told you this. Since we did the other oral exposition individual as well. So now we are balancing with now with an with an oral speaking test that is in pairs. Okay, so now everyone prepare yourselves. This is task 5B. I will share with you the task again, the Word document. So you have this document to take notes, or if you want to take notes by hand. And then we come back to check what you have heard. And then you will work in pairs as well. If you want to share with others what you have listened to. And always remember, pay attention to these questions when you are listening and ready to report. What is the strategy you would like to report on? What is the main characteristics, the benefits, disadvantages, and how you could use it, would you use it in a school in your area? So always bear this in mind. Fine. Okay. So we listen to the second part in Professor Curry's video. This is the fifth strategy. Okay. All right. Okay. Here. All right.
Fifth strategy for how education technology is to give students the opportunity to share their knowledge in differentiated ways. Rather than limiting students to showing what they know through traditional means like tests, essays, and presentations, with technology and creativity apps, students can now show their knowledge through a ton of different interesting ways that make sense to them. They can create podcasts, digital comics, digital books, videos, graphics, There are all kinds of different possibilities. Once students learn how to use these different programs, a teacher can offer them choice for how they would show their learning on a future assignment. We know that offering students choice is a clear way to have students more connected to the learning that they're doing in class. Technology provides a clear path for how we can achieve that. The sixth strategy is to use technology to teach students 21st century skills. Imagine attending college today without skills in how to navigate the web, touch type, compose an email, collaborate on a Google Doc, or create a Google Slides or PowerPoint presentation. And students with more advanced computing skills in coding, web design, app creation, robotics will almost certainly have a leg up in the future job market. Although lots of students from more affluent backgrounds will probably learn these skills outside of school, for many of our students, school will be the only opportunity they have to teach these skills. It's our responsibility to do so. The seventh strategy for using education technology is to bring abstract experiences to life through augmented reality and virtual reality. The fact is that many times, despite a teacher's efforts, students lack the schema to understand new concepts. I'm personally an experiential learner. I totally empathize with the fact that sometimes it's hard to learn something unless you experience it for yourself. Augmented reality and virtual reality has the potential to fill that gap. Immersive virtual reality experiences offered in Google Expeditions can literally drop students inside of a geographic location or inside of a cell in a human body. Preliminary studies have also shown that virtual reality can have an impact on increasing a person's empathy for another person's experience because you've literally just walked in that person's shoes. Similarly, augmented reality platforms like Merge allow students to literally hold a dynamic globe or human organ in the palm of their hand. And programs like CoSpaces and Adobe Aero allow students to actually create virtual reality and augmented reality themselves. Virtual reality and augmented reality is definitely an emerging technology, but it has a lot of exciting potential for what it can do to change education. The eighth strategy is to use technology to expand classroom walls. In an ideal world, all students across the nation would be able to take field trips anywhere they wanted, connect with educators all around the world, and build relationships with other international students. Technology affords students some of these opportunities. Students can use tools like Skype and Google Hangouts to go on virtual field trips, to meet classes around the world, or to have a scientist from National Geographic do a lecture from the field. Even with unlimited budgets, students wouldn't be able to experience all the different things that they could through technology. Technology can help redefine the classroom from a brick and mortar structure and help connect students with others all around the world. The ninth strategy.
Okay. All right. We're finished with the eighth strategy. Okay, could you all pay attention to the 4 new strategies? Or do you need to listen to that again and read the questions?
Personally, I lost in the 6th strategy.
In the 6th strategy, okay, you can listen again. Now we will listen in groups, yes, so that is easier. But fifth strategy, the first one you could listen to, what does it talk about?
What strategy? What
Number 5.
The 5th strategy tell about give student choice for how to show mastery, and it is about the interest website for children, like podcast, banning the traditional learning and evaluation presentation, because before we need to present through a cartulina.
Yes, with visual, yeah.
And thanks to technology, we can expand our ways of present a topic for evaluation as a student.
Google Slides, interactive slides, excellent slides. Yes, exactly. Videos. Yes, exactly. So you have plenty of ways to present knowledge that is not only, yes, those visuals that we created for face-to-face classes. Yes, excellent, Catalina. So then you have 3 more. You can listen again in your groups and take notes. Remember, So you think of which is the strategy? Yes, which are the main characteristics? So here the characteristics of this strategy is that you can be creative, be more independent, more autonomous, and you can present according to the benefits is that students can really rely on their learning style. Do you remember about learning styles? Some students that are more auditory, some others are more visual, some others are kinesthetic. So he also explains about that. Also, if there are any disadvantages, you can listen to that again. And how would you use this technology with students? All right, so now we will divide again in the groups. We don't have so much, so let us try to listen immediately to take notes, right? And check the questions again, yes? These questions for guidance. Okay, you will have time to listen one more at home and prepare for Wednesday and Friday. So you will have more other opportunities to listen and gather the information. Okay, so be ready that in 10 minutes, you need to be able to express something about strategy 6, 7, and 8. So he gives lots of characteristics and benefits. Above all, benefits, things that you can do, you can improve, your students need to learn how to do the future ways of learning and different tools that can help your students learn much more in the future, completely different to the strategies and tools we used in the past. Okay, so we will divide in groups again, and you will listen to that again once more and write at the least 1 or 2 things about strategy 6, 7, and 8. We are at the moment of rounding up. I share again the presentation, and so you listen to this 4 and a little bit more minutes, 4 minutes of the video by Professor Curry, and he speaks about 4 more strategies. One strategy is creative ways to present knowledge, yes, by means of podcasts, Google Slides, different kinds of presentations. Yes, you have PPT, but you also have which is the other name? Prezi presentation, for example. Yes. What else what other strategies could you listen to in this new section of the video? So I am all ears. Which is 6, strategy 6.
Use technology to teach students 21st-century skills.
21st century skills. Excellent. Century skills. Yes, exactly. We do this all the time by teaching you on the modules on technology. Remember that you did in the first year. This is the intention. Also by means of new programs and applications that we use in class, you also learn to use to develop these 21st century skills. Do you have any examples? Any of you listen to examples?
I have some,
All right.
for example, teaching them to navigate, create things on apps, also coding,
Web design,
create emails.
Design pages or websites. Yes, Canva, for example, is a design website that charges money, a little bit of money, but gives you plenty of opportunities to create visual displays that are very impactful according to what you need for your job. Yes, exactly. Those, yes, write emails, something that is so basic nowadays, and be formal and clear in your communication. Yes, excellent. Just to give you a few. And remember, we need to be your guidance, yes, your guides in this process of navigating, learning about new websites and applications that can be found online. Just because we, just as we said, as Professor Carey says, we are not the holders of information, but we need to be the guides in this process of learning. Yes, number 7. Who remembers number 7? Yes. So this is very interesting. Something that you can be big. You can see big, something big on the internet. Yeah, Vanessa?
I said virtual reality and all that stuff.
Yes, virtual reality is one, virtual reality and augmented reality. Yes, reality. So for example, by means of augmented reality, you can see an organ from inside your body, yes, and be able even to touch it. Yes, there is one of the websites in which you can touch, like as if you were touching reality. Virtual reality is also very much used in education nowadays. For example, those websites that give you the opportunity to, for example, visit a place, a faraway place, the Everest mountain, or some place in which, I don't know, Egypt, the Egypt pyramids, just to tell you some possibilities. So virtual reality and augmented reality have been newly applied to education. So there's much more and development to be done. Even with websites and programs that will allow students to create their own contents by means of virtual reality and augmented reality. Yes, excellent. And number 8. This is great. Number 8.
Expand classroom walls.
Yes, expand classroom walls by creating opportunities to contact
and
yes,
building relationships with other students around the world.
Building relationships. That would be excellent. We have been trying to do it. I am in a program to work with the Instituto Tecnológico de Monterrey in Mexico, so that we can work together with classrooms, with groups of people in another country doing some common project. So that would be great. Of course, these connections are not so easy to be found, to develop, because we depend on other people's schedules, but we are trying to do it from the university and from the program. So let us keep fingers crossed. This can be done soon, hopefully next year, yes, next semester. So expand classroom walls, building relationships with yes, classes and teachers and students from other countries. That would be great. Yes, great that we can do it in one of our classes. Students and teachers in other classrooms. Okay, this is not countries. Not something easy, but not impossible either. We just need to connect with timetables, with schedules, as I said. Okay, great. Great job, girls. So you have the basics. This is one of the exercises of task 5B. So you have progress with that. And now it's your responsibility to choose one. So you choose one of the strategies and prepare for your 1-2 minutes report. So it's short on Wednesday and Friday. So on Wednesday, who will be presenting on Wednesday? We will revise our annotations. Yes. Yes. So we have you here. Yes. Catalina, Phoebe, Romina, and Krishna. If not, okay. And we have time also on Friday. Javiera, Daphne, Vanessa, Paola, and Giselle. That's for Friday. So choose one one of the options, choose one of the options, remember one of the strategies, and focus on the questions you have also in task 5B in your Word documents for you to prepare this short report. It's not a long presentation, no, it's just a report on the most important characteristics, benefits and disadvantages, if any. And uses, probable uses. Okay, I remind you again, this is in the very first part of the video, you need to do this test. Yes, it's a website, it's easy to, you register, you do your test, and then you download your certificate with your proficiency level, and you will upload it to a task. Yes, a task created in week 7. So I will create today on Educandos. So it's called the standard level test plus certificate. Okay, it's a free test just to practice how you're doing with your progress. Yes, to check your progress, sorry, for the final B2 level test, so the test at B2 level. Okay, anything that you would like to remember? You need to remember what you learned today, something that you will need to stress, highlight.
We learn about more strategies.
Yes.
To teach. To teach and learning too.
Strategies to use technology in education, yes?
Yes.
Yes, to learn. Yes, exactly. To learn. Remember, yes, the flipped. So now it's not only the responsibility of the teacher to teach you everything. It's also your responsibility to check, to research the possibilities online and learn from autonomously. Yes, Catalina?
No, es que aún somos estudiantes, entonces también nos ayuda a nosotras como estudiantes y como future teachers.
Future teachers, exactly, yes. To use technology in education. So there are plenty of options to continue applying technology to education. Also, there is a reading, a very interesting reading in the last task 5B regarding the learning and the practice of the English language by means of technology. So you have plenty of more information there. All right, so our next class will be on the 6th of October, that's Wednesday. So you will have your presentations. Yes, and if we have any other time, we will just revise something, probably something else, yes. So agreement, some other of the exercises that have not been finished. So please remember to complete the last tasks. Yes, remember to complete the last 2 tasks, task 5 and 5B, in which you have lots of exercises dedicated to listening. So that's, and you have a reading, moreover, a reading exercise on 5B. Okay, prepare your brief report for oral report for Wednesday. And keep on practicing for Friday on the basis, yes, of your listening, of the listening exercise on the basis of the listening exercise with the video. The video's name is, checking again, how to use technology, yes. Okay, by Professor Carey. Okay, anything else we need to remember? Something you remember? We need to remember? Anything else we need to remember? Okay, so you have time to keep on preparing. Yes. Prepare this this short report, practice your oral exposition skills. And we will meet on Wednesday for more practice for the midterm test. So,
Okay, teacher.
okay, so if you have any other questions.
Teacher,
We
I have a
can,
question.
yes, and I have to share the Google Forms, yes, before you finish. Yes, Krishna.
Can we elaborate our results or maybe anything related to support us in the presentation this next day?
You can prepare something to support your report. Yes, yes, of course. You have time to prepare. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So you prepare. The idea is that you do it with preparation. Yes. So you have time to prepare, listen, take notes of details, search for some pictures. Yes, it's not a formal presentation. Yes, as we did at the beginning of the semester. So for the last unit. But if you just want to support your speaking with some pictures, something meaningful and related to the topic. Okay, any other questions? So here you have in the chat the Google Forms. Please complete, those people who haven't completed, Paola, Krishna, Romina, please. So we have this information, and well, I will be available if you need any other question, any other doubts. If you have any other doubts. Are you okay? Thank you for attending then, and I will be available.
Teacher.
Okay, thank you, Catalina. Wonderful.
Teacher, ya respondí
Yes.
el Google.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Thank you for attending, and thank you. And tomorrow we have facilitating. Remember, we are in the final stages of finishing. You will be working, yes, working on finishing your plan. Yes, and on Wednesday we have this short speaking. So you have time to listen, take notes, as I said, prepare something short, practice, and speak on Wednesday. Okay, see you girls, see you.
Okay, see you,
See
teacher.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, bye-bye.